Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Today I'm going to be filming a different video for you all. I'm going to be filming the, book releases that I'm excited for from April to June. I'm doing this every 3 months because there's always like new books being announced and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing this every 3 months. Just updating you on books that I'm interested in buying because I like the concept, so I've got a list on Amazon and I'm just going to go through that, read you the synopsis, tell you the price, let you know the release date. The first book I am interested in reading is Mr. Right Across the Street by Catherine Freeman. This book is only £7.37, so it's not too expensive for a new release. And it's being released on April the 15th. So it says it's perfect for fans of Beth O'Leary. Now, I've read 2 books by Beth O'Leary and I've loved both of them. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I'll read you the synopsis now. It says, Mia Abbott's move to Manchester was supposed to give her time and space from all the disastrous romantic choices she's made in her past. But then the hot guy who lives opposite, the one who works out every day at exactly 10 AM, starts leaving notes in his window for her. Bar owner Luke Doyle has his own issues to deal with, but as he shows Mia the sights of her new city, he also shows her what real romance looks like for the first time. And when he cooks up a signature cocktail in her honour, she realises that the man behind the bar is even more enticing than any of his creations, and once she's had a taste, she knows it will never be enough. So what I get from this one is it's going to be a romance. They're going to fall in love somehow. There's obviously going to be a conflict, but I don't know if this is going to have like steam. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like a steamy romance. It sounds like it is just by that last line. And once she's had a taste, she knows it will never be enough. That sounds like it's going to be smutty, which I don't mind. I actually like a romance that actually has that in, so yeah, I'm really excited about that one. That's the first one I'm excited for. The next book I'm excited about being released is Luck of the Titanic by Stacey Lee. Unfortunately, I can only get this book in hardcover. I much prefer paperbacks, but it's a new release and you can only get it in hardcover, but that's okay. The book sounds good. It's £13.66, so this is like the pricier side, which I don't know when I'll be able to afford that, but hopefully I will, and hopefully I'll be able to get it. And it's been released on May the 4th. And this synopsis, I have such a struggle reading this synopsis because I don't know why. This synopsis just challenges me. I don't know why. But yeah. So the synopsis says, the Laura Luck has 2 things: a ticket for the biggest and most luxurious ocean liner in the world, and a dream of leaving England behind and making a life for herself as a circus performer in New York. Much to her surprise, though, she's turned away at the gangway. Apparently Chinese aren't allowed in America, but Val has to get on that ship. Her twin brother Jamie, who has spent 2 long years at sea, is there as is an influential circus owner, whom Val hopes to audition for. Thankfully, there's not much a trained acrobat like Val can't overcome when she puts her mind to it. As a stowaway, Val should keep her head down and stay out of sight. But the clock is ticking and she has just 7 days as the ship makes its way across the Atlantic to find Jamie, perform for the circus owner and convince him to help them both get into America. Then one night the unthinkable happens, and suddenly Val's dream of a new life are crushed under the weight of the only thing that matters: survival. So I think this is going to be like a Titanic retelling, obviously, look of the Titanic. I'm really excited for it. Yeah, I think out of all these books, this is the one that, like, I'm still excited, but, like, I'm least excited because I don't know. But yeah, I think it's the fact that I'm gonna have to pay 13 quid for a hardcover. One of the reasons I buy paperbacks is because they're so cheap. The next book, everybody's gonna know this. I'm sure everybody has heard of it, but Heartstopper Volume 4 by Alice Oseman. The pictures will be on screen. Yeah, I'm really excited for this release. For a graphic novel, it's actually quite cheap. It's only £9.34, so that's quite cheap for a graphic novel in my opinion. And it's been released on May the 13th, so that's good. And this graphic novel series, we follow Nick and Charlie, who are two boys, and they fall in love, they develop feelings, things have happened in the past 3 graphic novels. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can tell you without spoiling the others. But they don't take very long to read, like about an hour at the most for each graphic novel. And I am planning on rereading all 3 in April, ready for May. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. The next book I'm excited for is called Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry. I love this book title, and the concept of this book sounds really good, and also like my worst nightmare. Well, one of my worst nightmares, because I have a lot, but this one sounds super embarrassing. So it's £7.3, which is actually quite cheap for a paperback. They do this in paperback. And it's been released on May the 4th. So the synopsis for this one says, Quinn keeps lists of everything from the day she's ugly cried to things that she would never admit out loud. To all the boys she'd like to kiss. Her lists keep her sane by writing her fears as well as embarrassing and cringeworthy truths on paper. She never had to face them in real life. That is until her journal goes missing. An anonymous account posts one of her lists on Instagram for the whole world to see, for the whole school to see, and blackmails her into facing 7 of her greatest fears, or else her entire journal will go public. Quinn doesn't know who to trust. Desperate, she teams up with Carter Bennett, the last known person to have her journal, and who Quinn loathes. In a race against time to track down the blackmailer, together they journey through everything Quinn's been too afraid to face, and along the way Quinn finds the courage to be honest, to live in the moment, and to fall in love. A razor-sharp, passionate and addictive YA rom-com that readers will love. That's not the synopsis, that's what it is. This just sounds really good. For me, I love romance. This sounds like it's going to be a really good one, and the cover for this, one of my favourites. I absolutely love this cover. Both of the main characters look stunning, and yeah, I'm really excited about this. And this is by Joya Goffney. I've never heard of that author before, but I'm definitely interested in reading this. The next book I'm going to talk about is called We Are Inevitable by Gail Foreman. This is released in paperback, which I'm so thankful for, and it's £6.55, which again is so affordable and cheap for a book, and it's being released on June the 1st, so it's quite a bit away, but I'm excited for this one. It's only 288 pages, which was like my initial like, oh, I want to try something by her, and I'm trying this. I don't think I own a book by her currently, so this is going to be my first, and it's only 288 pages, so it's going to be great. So the synopsis says, so far the inevitable hasn't worked out so well for Aaron Stein. While his friends have gone to college and moved on with their lives, Aaron's been left behind in the Cascade Mountains of Washington State, running a failing bookshop with his dad, Ira. What he needs is a lucky break, the good kind of inevitable. And then he finds Hannah, incredible Hannah, magical, musical, brave and clever. Could she be the answer? And could their relationship, their meeting, possibly be the inevitable Aaron's been waiting for? So, this one just sounds, it's not a massive synopsis, so it doesn't give me a lot away, which I actually like. But it's also gave enough away for me to be really interested in the book. It sounds cute. It's got one of my favourite things that I like books to have, and that's like bookshops or books. Like one of my favourite books, romance kind of books, is Miranda Dickinson, Owl's Hate New York, I think it's called. And it's like, the business in it is like a bookshop. So yeah, I love stories that are like set in bookshops or that are like involving bookshops. I just think they're really cool. The next book I'm excited about is called 1500 Miles from the Sun. And this cover is stunning. I love this cover. It's been released in paperback, which again I'm super thankful for. I love it when a book is released in paperback. And it's only £7.91, so again, quite affordable. And this has been released on June the 8th. And it's 353 pages, in case anyone's interested. So let's just read the synopsis. So the synopsis says, Julian Luca has a plan for his life. Graduate, get into UCLA, and have the chance to move away from Corpus Christi, Texas, and the suffocating expectations of others that have forced Jules into an inauthentic life. Then one reckless moment, with one impulsive tweet, his plans for a low-key 9 months are thrown literally out of the closet. The downside, the whole world knows, and Jules has to prepare for rejection. The upside, Jules now has the opportunity to be his real self. Then Matt, a cute, empathetic Twitter crush from Los Angeles, slides into Jules' DMs. Jules can tell him anything. Matt makes the world seem conquerable. But when Jules' fears about coming out come true, the person he needs most is 1500 miles away. Jules has to face them alone. Jules accidentally propelled himself into the life he's always dreamed of, and now that he's in control of it, what he does next is up to him. So for me, this sounds a little bit similar to Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, where it's a boy that's like forced out of the closet. Obviously he's gonna be gay, and I love a story that involves like female, male romances. I just think they're so cute. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. I think this is gonna make me emotional, because any book like this, where like somebody is like forced to put their sexuality out there in front of the world before they're ready, it just makes me super sad. It did in Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda when he was being blackmailed. Yeah, made me super sad, so I'm not excited about that bit, but hopefully it's going to have a great ending. Hopefully. We can only hope. But yeah, I'm really excited about that one, and it sounds like it's going to be just so adorable. And again, the cover is stunning. The next book I'm excited for that is being released is a release that has been going, like, everybody was like hyping about it at the time it was released on Instagram, because that's what I'm most active on. And it's called Blackout. And it's by a few authors. Angie Thomas is one of them, Nicola Yoon, Ashley Woodfolk, I think. Yeah, it's by a lot of different authors, which I'm really excited about. And I think it's about a short story during a power cut in New York. The other authors are Tiffany D. Jackson, Nick Stone, and Danielle Clayton. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but yeah, I'm not great at reading. And then this one is really affordable too. It's £6.55. And it's being released on June the 24th. So yeah, the only authors that I've read for in this book before are Tiffany D. Jackson and Angie Thomas. I read a book by Nicola Yoon, but I really didn't like it. So the synopsis for this one says, when a heatwave plunges New York City into darkness, sparks fly for the 13 teenagers. Caught up in the blackout from the exes who have to bury their rivalry and walk from Manhattan to Brooklyn in time to kick off a block party, to two boys trapped on the subway who come face to face with their feelings. The pair of best friends stuck in the library and surrounded by love stories and one very big secret. They are all about to see that when the lights go out, people reveal hidden truths, love blossoms, friendships transforms, and all possibilities take flight. So yeah, this sounds really good. I mean, it doesn't give a lot away, but it sounds good, and yeah, I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited to get to read all of these like authors' works, because this is going to be an amazing book, I can already tell. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Next book I'm going to talk about, and this is like the second to last book, and this is a book that again everybody has been like going mad for, so I'm super excited. It's Ace of Spades. Yeah, Ace of Spades. I've seen a lot of people like talk about this book, and I'm super excited. It's £7.37 in paperback, which is my preference, paperback. And it's been released on June the 10th. So the synopsis for this one says, Hello, Nevius, hi, it's me. Who am I? That's not important. All you need to know is I'm here to divide and conquer. Aces. Welcome to the Nevius Private Academy, where money paves the hallways and the students are never less than perfect. Until now, because anonymous texter Aces is bringing two students dark secrets to light. Talented musician Devon buries himself in rehearsals, but he can't escape the spotlight when his private photos go public. Head girl Chimaka isn't afraid to get what she wants, but soon everyone will know the price she has paid for power. Someone is out to get them both, someone who holds all the aces, and they're planning much more than a high school game. So this is a thriller, and again, it sounds like something I'm really excited about. However, I'm going to be disappointed if this book doesn't have a lot of drama. Like, I'm expecting this book to be like full of drama, because especially as it says here, Get Out meets Gossip Girl. Like, you can't compare it to Gossip Girl and it not have drama. Like, it needs to have drama. So yeah, that's that book. And yeah, this one I'm like on the fence. Like, it could disappoint me, but it could also be amazing. I'm hoping it's going to be amazing. The next one is a book that I was just looking through Amazon, or I was looking on lists of books that were being released soon, and there was this book, and the front cover made me like want to read it. So it's called Under the Magnolias by T.I. Law. Never read from this author before. It is quite an expensive paperback for me. Like, I'd have to probably save up a bit for this, because I couldn't just buy this outright and be okay with it, because the paperback is like £12.20, which for me is expensive. For you it might not be, but for me that's a bit expensive for a paperback. And it's been released on May the 4th, So the synopsis says, Magnolia, South Carolina, 1980. Austin Foster is barely a teenager when her mama dies, giving birth to twins, leaving her to pick up the pieces while holding her 6 siblings together and doing her best to stop her daddy from retreating into his personal darkness. Scratching out a living on the family's tobacco farm is as tough as it gets when a few random acts of kindness help to ease the Fosters' hardships. Austin finds herself relying upon some of Magnolia's most colourful citizens for help, for friendship and more. But it's next to the impossible to hide the truth about the goings-on at Nolia Farms, and Austin's desperate attempts to save face all but break her. And it seems she might have something more waiting for her, with a son of a wealthy local family who she's crushed on for years. Her father makes a choice that will crack wide open the family's secrets and lead to a public reckoning. There are consequences for loving a boy like Vance Cumberland, but there is also freedom in that truth. So this sounds, again, really good. If you haven't noticed, I love a love story. I love something with like a romance in it. For me, romance just makes a book better. There are some like examples when romance isn't necessarily needed in a book, but for me, if a book has a romance, it's usually better for me. So yeah, that's the last book that I'm excited about that is being released. This video is super long, so yeah, they're the books that I'm excited for that are being released. Let me know if you're interested in any of these, or let me know what books you're interested that are being released in the next 3 months, because I'd be excited to know that. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.